Okay, welcome to the module specifically related to creating your product listing inside of your Amazon Seller Central account. And we'll be also going into another video in this module where we'll be talking about how to get your products to Amazon FBA's warehouse and things of that nature. Okay, so with that said, I'm actually going to go over at a high level all of the things that you're going to need to show you how to add a product into your Amazon Seller Central account. Obviously, to do this, you have to have already set up your Seller Central account, put in all of your company information that we talked about in the previous video, in the previous module. Okay, to add a product, it's very simple. You go to Inventory, Add a Product. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to see is add a product. Now, this find it on Amazon search is basically kind of assuming that you're potentially going to be reselling somebody else's product. So we are not going to be doing that. We want to actually create a new product. Okay, so now we've jumped to a little bit different looking screen. Now, I found that the best thing to do is to actually use this search right here to find a category instead of having to try to kind of pick your way through these trees, because Amazon is so large and has so many different places that you can actually list the same product that it's easier just to find the category this way. So we've been using the shower mirror as an example throughout the entire course, so let's continue to use that. Shower mirror, find category. It's actually going through their database. And okay, did this just a minute ago and it worked. And there you go. You see how I got an error, and I actually just redid it, and you saw that it actually worked. So this is live video. Okay, you can see that it found 14 possible categories, and these are the top level categories. It found it: beauty, home and garden, musical instruments, which is surprising, and sporting goods. So let's look over at a high level though. So these are the top category, and then it kind of gives us some more information over here. So like for example, we can kind of look and see, well, where do we want potentially our shower mirror to show up? Well, okay, we will probably don't really want it in sporting goods, bathroom accessories, sports related merchandise. People are not really going to be looking there. We really don't want it in body cleansers, and we may want it in bathroom accessories. That's not bad. But what about home and garden, furniture and decor? These are the different categories that you can kind of see. So I'm just kind of looking at them, here as well. So I'm going to go with bathroom accessories because that's kind of what it is. It's a bathroom accessory. So I'm going to go the category shower caddies. Okay. Okay, so you can see that we kind of picked the best category that we were looking for. Okay, now some things to note here. We've got different sections that we need when we're actually creating a product. Okay, so the thing about this is that you can actually click on something if you don't really know what it is, and that popped over to my other screen that I have two screens here. So you can see that, for example, product name, if I don't really know what it is, I can click on it. It says a short title for the product. This will be displayed in a bold on the product page in the title bar of the browser window. So this is the main product name for your product listing. Now, this is very important. Part of the key is that you need a very content-rich product name description. For example, let's go here and look at some of these that we had for Garcinia. Now notice how much content is here. Now there's keyword descriptions here. Keywords are in this. Garcinia is here. It's mentioned a couple of times. A lot of actually benefits are stuck in here. So you have to take some you have to take some time to get this right. You want this to really grab people's attention instead of your product name just being 80% HCA Garcinia Cambogia Extreme. No, really put some thought into this and really make your titles very, very good. Okay, they need to have the keyword in them that you care about, as well as maybe some other subcategories. Like this has got appetite suppressant. This has got weight loss supplement. It's got some other things. Money back guarantee is in the actual product description. Okay, so that's something you really need to take care and look at in the product name. The brand name. So let's look at what the brand name, the brand or manufacturer of the product. Now this is going to be your name. So in my case, this would be Inspire Nutrition. Product name, manufacturer. Again, you're the manufacturer, so it would be you, Inspire, Nutrition, whatever the name of your company is. Model number. These are obviously coming in on my other screens while I'm pulling them over. The model number of the product assigned by the manufacturer. Note that this should be distinct from the field's model name and manufacturer part number. Okay, so if that's applicable, model number. Okay, let's look at a couple of other things. Let's see, model number. UPC is required. Okay, this is where you would actually go to Google and type in to get a UPC, or a lot of times the actual supplier that you're getting them from can supply them to you as well. Now, you don't necessarily have to have manufacturer, model number, package quantity, size, color. These are not, if they're not relevant to your product, then you obviously don't have to have them. They're not required. Okay, so if they're not required, you don't have to have them. But you really, if they are applicable to what it is that you're selling, then you definitely ought to put them in there. For example, if there's, product name, brand name are required. If color is relevant, they give you examples here. Amazon's trying to help you out here. Okay, material type, etc. Okay. The offer, again, seller SKU would be here. Condition, it would be new. Condition note, if you have any content about that. This could be a retail price with a sell price, so you can mark it up, mark it down. Quantity is obviously, very self-explanatory. You're selling one. Again, if tax code's applicable, handling time, default 1 to 2 days. Start selling day would be basically, if you're waiting on inventory to get to FBA, you may want to, give that a little bit of time. Again, just some of these are, if they're relevant to you, kind of go through them. You definitely are going to want Amazon to ship and provide customer service. Learn more there. That'll give you a little bit more content there. So again, this is just kind of, the process. Now, you notice when I changed it to FBA, it gave me, you have the option to save as inactive now and add its offer back in later. What's happening here is that Amazon, when you're using Amazon FBA, it's kind of a process to get your product to Amazon FBA and kind of go through the process. So they give you the ability to kind of get your offer basically up so that you can kind of get the things moving forward. And that's why that actually came in. Images obviously are very self-explanatory. We've talked about images. They're very important. The more the better. But this actually gives you some of the criteria around them. Like for example, they must be 1,000 pixels on the long side and on the longest side, and at least 500 pixels on the shortest side, and they must be able to be zoomable. JPEG is preferred, etc. So those are the main criteria, and we've talked about images before. Description, very, very, very important key product features. Okay, these are your descriptions. You have 2,000 bytes left, and it will count down there. That is these bullet points right here. These are your main bullet points that you really care about. And again, use some of these examples that I'm showing you for some of these other products and look at some of your other competitors. And what I would recommend, if you're selling shower mirrors, is I would look at the top other 4 to 5 shower mirror sellers and get their content, rewrite it, reuse it, respin it as your own. Don't copy it word for word, but a lot of them are going to have the exact same features, and they're going to be already well thought out, and you could just leverage their time, energy, effort, and you can make it your own. Again, do not steal it. Just, reword it, reuse it for your own purposes, okay? Just don't steal it. But you can see that these are, the keys here is descriptions are benefit-based, eat well, look great, no side effects, the best formula, money back guarantee is in the description. These are all benefits that make somebody want to buy this particular product over, say, another one, okay? Again, a little bit more product description here, which actually coincides with down here. Some of these more, there's product description right here, okay? And then there's other categories as well, all right? So you can kind of continue to see some of these other things. Keywords, again, you want to plug in, you know, your keywords if it's relevant. Now this says for platinum members only, you know, so you necessarily wouldn't do that, but you know, these are search terms. Please provide specific search terms to help customers find your product. Again, definitely plug in your keywords here. You know, fogless shower mirror, you know, things like that. For example, you can kind of go up here, and a good way to find those would be, you know, if we start typing, there may be keywords that you're not familiar with. Let's go back to Amazon just a second. It's thinking. Amazon's actually working a little weird today. Okay, well, what I was going to show you was this. You see how Amazon starts trying to help me? So there may be some different keywords that you, for example, fogless shaving mirror, fogless, so you can go fogless mirror. You know, fogless shaving mirror is another, for example, search term that you may, you know, you may deem relevant. Okay, so that's another search term that you didn't even know about. Obviously, just, you know, these are some other things that if you can, you know, continue to add more content here, that will definitely help. So you just go through these, and if they are applicable to what it is that you're selling, then definitely plug those in. And even more so, some of this may or may not be relevant to you, but you definitely need product dimensions, shipping weight. These are all information that you'll get from your supplier as the actual dimensions and shipping weight of the product. You have to have these. Definitely put those in there. Okay. And again, if some of these things are relevant, you just need to plug these through and see if they're relevant to you. If they're not, then don't worry about it. But if they are, you need to you know, add them in. You know, like, see, some of this stuff has nothing to do with you know some of the stuff we're going to be selling, but it's here for some reason. You know, for Amazon to have it. Okay, so that's really kind of how you go through adding a product. You got to have the key things to start off. When you start off and you start to create your product listing, you need your name, your brand, you need your UPC. I would definitely recommend you have, you know, your SKU. This obviously conditions easy. You have your pricing in line. Now you can come back and change this, so don't worry about this. But you've got to have some of this stuff before you actually create the basic listing itself. Okay, so that's it on that, and I'll see you in the next video.